Hello friends, I made this for. My name is Lauren, and today is going to be a very quick video. I just want to kind of brace you for impact. If you've never been here before, hi, hello. I'm an artist, art ritual facilitator, tarot reader, Reiki practitioner, astrology fan, and if you've been here before and you're a returning subscriber, I love you. Here's the deal, friends. We have some retrogrades going on that are very, between Neptune and I believe Pluto station retrograde. The point is, we got some retrogrades going on that will do some shit. They're going to do some shit, right? So the next retrograde that's coming up is no different. It's happening on July 19th. That is next week, and it is Chiron. So Chiron isn't a planet, it's a planetoid, and I'm pulling out, the good old, I used to pull out this deck a whole lot, the Living Wheel. It's a pretty deck, it's cool. I'll do a review one day. But this is Chiron. It's a planet that is all about healing. The energy of this planet is healing, right? That's what lists in the little book. You know what it is. I actually took a whole course on Chiron from Daughter of Wands, Kathleen Callahan. A really great deep dive into this planetoid and its effects on us and our natal chart. But let's just say how it is. Chiron is all about learning how to heal others through our own wounds. Okay? Healing others through our own wounds. We learn how to tend to our wounds, and then we can share that knowledge with others who might have a similar ailment, emotionally, spiritually, psychologically, physically, I guess, is a possibility, but I think it's mostly like healing trauma. So my Chiron is in Cancer, so trauma around the family is how I take that. Generational wounds, blah, blah, blah. So this will be a really interesting time, I think, with Chiron going retrograde. We might be asked to reevaluate old wounds. And what's really fascinating is I already feel like that's happening for me personally, not necessarily in my family, but I have wounds around toxic spirituality. I talk about those all the time. And those wounds are coming home to roost. A lot of old themes have been triggered by a lot of similar cycles. So pay attention to where your triggers are. That's going to be super important, Paying attention to where your wounds are, but also the wounds of others. The wounds of others might pop up and cause a little bit of friction. Of course, because Chiron is such a wonky planetoid, kind of far away, we might not feel it in our day-to-day, much like Pluto or Neptune. Those retrogrades are also not going to be, most likely, big impacts on your day-to-day. But the themes are going to be possibly apparent, and perhaps you won't even notice it. Maybe it will become clear a few weeks, months, days, years down the road, right? But taking stock of what you have learned within the past decade, if not past 3 years with this pandemic, what are some wounds that might have happened in this time, in this more recent time of the last 3 years, that has kind of come up for you? What is something that you've learned? What is something that you were like, yeah, I overcame that? Did you? Because this is going to be a great opportunity to be faced with some similar challenges, or challenges that are of the same family, but a different name, if that makes sense. So look at your chart. Where's Chiron for you? Chiron is one of those generational things. So it's not going to, generational planets never affect us quite as like intensely as, let's say, the moon or Mars or even a Saturn return, but there will be big things, big themes that we can pick up on. So a question you might want to ask, and I am inspired to give this idea because of the key shape of the icon from this planetoid. What was the key to your past healing? What was really supportive maybe a year or 2 years ago? 2 or 3 even. What was really supportive in getting you through a really hard time? And if you don't have access to that thing, person, place, how can you embody that energy for yourself? Or find new keys of healing, new ways of unlocking the door of trauma and walking through it without the struggle, right? The key to me, like this icon really looks like a key. To me, that really says a lot about, or represents rather, how we have the keys to our own healing. Whether that's a spiritual community, a religious community, a partnership that's really nurturing, access to therapy, or access to medication, or access to just going outside, being able to express built up emotions that are really taking hold. This will be really important on just evaluating what has been successful in the past. Why was it successful in the past? How can you use it in the future? And how does that show up in your day-to-day life? So be aware, just be aware. Again, July 19th. Bring some awareness to it. Use those prompts if you feel called. But know that this is just a PSA. You don't have to do anything. I just want you to know. I just want you to know, man. Woman, them, whoever you are watching this. I want to thank you for your time for this PSA, this public service announcement. Chiron is going retrograde. I used the living wheel for today's video. Make sure to check out all the links in my link tree down below. I make videos quite a bit talking about different transits and whatnot. So if you want to stay connected and want to hear me talk more bullshit, click that like button, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications. And until next time, friends, I'll see you on the other side. Bye-bye.